Hi friends, in this video I will give you information on how to get registered as a valuer under Companies Act by passing examination conducted by IBBI, which is a registering authority. Now we begin with background history. Companies Registered Valuers and Valuation Rules 2017. Under section 247, read with section 458 and 469 of the Companies Act 2013, 18 of 2013. The central government made rules. In that will come chapter wise. Chapter 1 gives you the preliminary information that these rules came in force from 15 July 2017. Then they have given definitions of various terms used in this act. Now, who is registered valuer? Is a valuer registered with the registration authority under Rule 7 in bracket 6 for carrying out valuation of assets belonging to a class or classes of assets. And who is the registration authority? It means Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, established under Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Then comes the chapter 2. It is mentioned that to practice as a registered valuer, you need to obtain certificate of registration. Any person who is not registered as a valuer, and if he practices as a registered valuer, is liable for punishment under section 247 in bracket 3 of the Act. Now, how you will get registration with registration authority? For that, you have to answer valuation examination conducted by registering authority, who will test your knowledge, practical skills and ethics of individual. Registering authority declares the syllables to be studied and format and frequency of valuation examination. A person can appear any number of times for valuation examination. What is the eligibility criteria for that? No individual shall be eligible to be a registered valuer if he has not passed the valuation examination in the 3 years preceding the date of making an application under Rule 7, does not have the qualification and experience specified in Rule 6, if he is a minor, if he is been declared of unsound mind, if he is undischarged bankrupt or has applied to be adjudicated as a bankrupt, if he is a person not resident in India, if he is convicted by a competent court for an offence punishable with imprisonment. So, such type of criteria are mentioned in this Act. No individual shall be eligible to be a registered valuer if he is not a valuer member of a valuation professional organization or is not a fit and proper person. As far as integrity, reputation and character, or depending on conviction or financial solvency and net worth is concerned. Also mentioned there in this Act about the partnership entity eligibility criteria. But we will not take this. We will only focus on individual registration in this video. Now coming back to qualifications and experience requirement. An individual shall have following qualification to be eligible for registration under Rule 5. Like postgraduate degree plus 3 years experience in the specified discipline, bachelor's degree plus 5 years experience, or membership of a professional institute set up under an act of parliament and at least 5 years experience after such membership. In pursuance of the first proviso to Rules 5.1 of the Companies Registered Valuers and Valuation Rules 2017, the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, being the authority, specifies the details of educational courses for the asset class. The curriculum for the educational course can be obtained from the website www.ibbi.gov.in. Now, what you study there in this course? You have to study subjects like principles of economics, covering microeconomics, macroeconomics, bookkeeping and accountancy, laws, general, introduction to statistics, environmental issues in evaluation, professional ethics and standards, law, real estate, valuation of real estate, income approach to value, market approach, cost approach, various purposes of valuation, principles of insurance and loss assessment, report writing, and case studies. So this total course is of about 50 hours, and many VPOs conduct these courses for their members. So you have to join that, study this course. A candidate having the required qualification and experience and having completed the educational course specified above shall be eligible for registration as a valuer on passing the valuation examination of the asset class conducted by the authority, that is by IBBI. Now, procedure of how to apply for certificate of registration is also specified in the Act. Refusal to grant certificate is also explained over there. Now, conditions of registrations required to be fulfilled by valuers shall be at all times comply with the provisions of the Act, at all times comply with valuation standards, shall not do valuations from other class in which he is not registered, maintain records of all assignments for at least 3 years, and shall comply code of conduct of VPO, etc. Chapter 3 deals with recognition of valuation professional organizations. In that, they have specified eligibility for VPOs, application for recognition, refusal to grant recognition. This we are not covering up, as this is not relevant to individual for registering as valuer. Now we come to chapter 4, which deals with valuation standards. In brief, we will cover: registered valuer shall make valuations as per the valuation standards notified from time to time by the central government. Until such time valuation standards are notified by the central government, a valuer shall make valuations as per internationally accepted valuation methodology, valuation standards prescribed by VPO, or valuation standards specified by Reserve Bank of India or SEBI or other regulatory body. Also in this Act, what valuer report should contain is also specified. Like, valuer's report should contain background information of the asset being valued, purpose of valuation and appointing authority, identity of the valuer, disclosure of valuer's interest, conflict if any, date of appointment, valuation date, date of report, sources of information, procedures adopted in carrying out the valuation, valuation methodology, major factors that influence the valuation, conclusion, and caveats, limitations, and disclaimers. In chapter 5th of the Act, disciplinary proceedings are also stated in Schedule 1 under the title Model Code of Conduct for Registered Valuers, and this is as specified. Like they will check integrity and fairness, professional competence and due care, independence and disclosure of interest, confidentiality, information management, gifts and hospitality, remuneration and cost to be charged in a transparent manner should be disclosed and approved. Occupation, employability restrictions are also specified. Means valuer should not take too many assignments. Valuer should not engage in any employment, and if he is in employment, then he should surrender the certificate of membership with BPO. In Schedule 2, there is a Form A, which gives this is an application for registration as a valuer by an individual. So you have to fill that under Rule 7(1) of the Companies Act. This form is given, addressed to the chairperson, registration authority for valuers, and then you have to fill these details, what is mentioned in the form. We are displaying this form for your reference in the video. Form B, also given there in that act, is for partnership entity for registration as a valuer. Form C gives certificate of registration. So where your registration number will come. I think I am able to give you in brief the requirements to become a government approved valuer under this Companies Act. Hope this will find useful to you to start your journey as a valuer. Now for more such interesting videos, please like, share and subscribe my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon for latest video updates and notifications. Thank you for watching.